Okay. This question gives the gender-wise distribution of professors in four universities A, B, C, and D respectively as on 31st December 2012. Uh, the gender-wise distribution is given in the pie chart shown on the screen. Next, the number of female professors in the universities A, B, and C are represented by letters P, Q, R, and S respectively, and the bar graph represents some information about P, Q, R, and S. To solve this, first of all, what we'll do, we'll prepare a table. In the table, uh, I'll write the university's name in the rows A, B, C, and D, and here I'll write the percentage given in the charts, and here I'll write the exact number of male and female professors. This will be male, this will be female, this will be again male, this will be again female. So now the pie chart says in university A it is ratio is 90-10, in B it is 70-30, in C it is 80-20, and in D it is 60-40. So I'll mention the data here: 90-10, 70-30, 80-20, and 60-40. As of now, I don't have the exact numbers, but I have this bar graph which gives me some information about PQ and R and S, which represents the number of female professors in universities A, B, C, and D respectively. The graph gives me an information: P plus Q plus R is equal to 4600, Q plus R plus S is equal to 6100, Q minus R is 500, and P plus S is 3300. I have to solve these four equations. I have four variables, and with the help of which I have to find out the value of each of P, Q, R, and S. Now, if I subtract this first equation from this second equation, I'll mark them as equation 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if I subtract first from the second, what I'll get? Q plus R plus S minus P plus Q plus R, which is equal to S minus P, and it is equal to 6100 minus 4600, which is equal to 1500. I've got another equation. Let's say it is equation 5. Fine. Next, with the help of this equation 5 and equation 4, if I add these two equations, that is S minus P plus P plus S, what I will get? 3300 plus 1500. P will get cancelled out with P. I get 2S as 4800. S is equal to 2400. Putting the value anywhere in equation 4 or 5, I'll get P as 900. When I put the value of P in equation 1, or I put the value of S in equation 2, I get Q plus R as 3700, and I already have equation 3, Q minus R as 500. On solving these two equations, I get Q as 2100 and R as 1600. Now I'll fill all these values. I know that P, Q, R, and S represents the number of female professors in universities A, B, C, and D respectively. So my table can be partially filled as the value of P is, I know, 900, Q is 2100, R is 1600, and S is 2400. Now I know that this this value P 900 is 10% of the total value, and 90% of them are male professors, that is 9 times of this. So I can say that the number of male professors should be 8100. Similarly, this 2100 represents 30% of the total. That means if 30% is 2100, I can say that 10% is 700, and 70%, that is male professors, should be 4900. Similarly, 1600 represents 20% of the total professors which are female. So 20% is 1600, that means 10% is 800. If 10% is 800, 80% should be 6400. The calculations are very easy, no need to do in-depth calculations in that. Again, 2400 represents 40%. That means 10% is represented by 600 and 60% will be represented by 3600. So now I know that University A has 9000 professors, University B has 7000 professors, University C has 8000 professors, and University D has 6000 professors. I have got some data about the professors, and now I can move forward with solving the questions. What was the absolute difference between the number of male professors in University A and the number of female professors in University D? Male professors in University A were 8100 and number of female professors in University D were 2400. So the difference is 8100 minus 2400, which is equal to 5700. Answer is option C. Next, what was the ratio of total number of professors in University D, that is total professors, not male or female, in fact both, to the number of male professors in University C? Total professors in University D are 6000 and male professors in University C are 6400. So I have to calculate the ratio of 6000 is to 6400. Double zero is cancelled by double zero, this is cancelled by 4, 15, this is cancelled by 4, that is 16. Answer is 15 by 16, or 15 is to 16, option D. This question is slight a tricky one. Understand and read it carefully. In 2013, a total of 2000 professors joined universities A, B, C and D in the ratio 4:3:2:1. So our first task would be to divide 2000 in the ratio 4:3:2:1, which can be easily done as 4 is 800, 3 is 600, 2 is 400 and 1 is 200. So these many professors will go to University A, B, C and D. Now, in which of the mentioned universities was the number of male professors as the percentage of total number of professors in that university the maximum? I have to find out the university in which the number of male professors as a percentage of total professors is maximum. Look, the first impression of this question is that we know that 800 professors went to University A, 600 went to University B, 400 went to University C and 200 went to University D. But we do not know that how many of them are male and how many of them are female. So how do we calculate the percentage of male professors in each university? So what we'll do here, we'll take an assumption. The assumption will be, look, what I'll do, I'll first of all add these professors here. This is 600, this is 400 and this is 200. So this will give me 9800, this will give me 7600, this will give me 8400 and this will give me 6200. I know that initially before the new professors joined, the maximum professors were in University A, that is 90%. And the second closest were 80%, then 70% and then 60%. What I'll try to do is that I'll try to change the figure in a sense that I'll try to minimize the percentage of male professors in University A. That means I'll try that the number of male professors in some other university should become maximum as a percentage of total professors. For that, what I'll do, I'll assume that all these 800 professors who joined University A are female. So since the denominator will increase, the number of the percentage of male professors will decrease, and for other universities I would assume that these are male professors. The 600, 400 and 200 are male professors, so that if the denominator is decreasing, the numerator is also if the denominator is increasing, the numerator is also increasing in the same factor, so the total percentage of male professors will increase. Now I'll start calculating. For A, I know that total male professors are 8100. All the people, though all the professors who joined are female, and total are 9800. So I have to calculate this percentage. For B, I know that now the 600 professors who have joined are all male. I am trying to maximize the percentage of male professors in B, C and D and minimize it in A, so that my answer might get changed. Fine. So in B, the total number of professors will become 5500, and the total number of male professors will become 5500, and total professors we know that is 7600. So this is their percentage. In C, the figure would be 6400 plus 400, that is 6800, divide by 8400 into 100, and in D it will be 3600 plus 200, that is 3800, divide by 6200 into 100. Now closely calculate these values. I would suggest a student not to approximate and calculate these exact values. When you will calculate 81 upon 98 into 100, this 81 upon 98 can be slightly approximated. I know that this value should be more than 81%. Let's assume it is close to 82%. I know that it is exactly 82.65%. This is just for your knowledge, but again, just for reference, we can assume this value close to 82% because the denominator is less than 100 and the numerator is 81. Fine. If I go to B, I know that B is nowhere close to 80%. It is 55, it is 76, the difference is 21. So it is always less than 80%. I can anytime say that. In fact, this figure is less than 57. 57 would have been 75%. So I can always say that it is less than 75%. So universities B's option is ruled out. Now if I go to option C, the figures are very close. One should calculate this value exactly. 68 upon 84, when I cancel it by 4, I'll get 17. Here I'll get 21. So I have to calculate 1700 upon 21, and the answer is 21 into 8 is 168. The answer is more than 80%. So I have to be cautious in this case. When I'll calculate this, I'll find that this value is close to 80.95%, which is again less than this. And if I look at option University D, I know that it's no way close to 80%. It's rather it is close to 60%. So this is again very less than 80%. Fine. So it is clear that in the worst case scenario, when all the professors joining University A are females and all the professors joining other universities are male, even then also the percentage of professors in University A will remain maximum, that is 82.65%. In other cases, when the number of professors in University A, some of them would be male, the percentage would go even higher. So in any case, the number of percentage of male professors in University A is maximum. So this was a trick in that question. So the correct answer is option C, that is University A. Now next it says that if the total number of female professors who joined the 4 universities put together was equal to the number of female professors in University A after the joining. After the joining is a keyword here. One should not forget this because this will change your answer. Then the total number of male professors who joined the 4 universities put together in 2013 cannot be less than. See, what they are asking, we know that the figures remain the same: 800, 600, 400 and 200. They are saying that the number of female professors in all the 4 universities who have newly joined is equal to the number of female professors in University A after the joining. Fine. So the number of male professors cannot be less than. What we will try to do is that we will try to maximize the number of female professors who have joined these 4 universities out of the 2000 professors. To maximize that, we know that the number of female professors in University A after the joining of 800 professors should be maximum. So what we will assume is that these 800 professors are all females. So the final number of female professors in University A would become 900 plus 800, that is 1700. So I can say that out of the 2000 professors, 1700 are female professors who have joined, which this can be the maximum number, because the maximum number of female professors in University A can be 1700 only. If 1700 is the total number of female professors who have joined the 4 universities, then 300 should be the minimum number of male professors who